This is going to be the most exciting video series that we have ever made because we are now headed off to the USA and Gymshark is going to open its first ever North American office. One small step for Gymshark, one giant leap for Gymshark kind.
Yeah, imagine this much of Fanta, you would die.
Living the Colorado life. I'm going home. We thought we'd have a look around at the local area, so we're looking at a place called Red Rock Amphitheatre. So, just had lunch in downtown Denver, just chilling out, exploring the local area. This is Pete, by the way. So Pete is our North American GM, so he's going to be helping us, I guess, well, helped us find a location in terms of this is where we're going to be in Colorado, in Denver. And then now we're going to have to try and find specifically the office that we want to be in.
And we've got three very different types of areas to look at. Obviously downtown here, it's an urban feel, and then go about 30 minutes north, there's an area where like Broomfield and Superior, and then about the same distance south of here is the Denver Tech Center.
Well, let's wander around and go and explore some more of the city then, shall we?
Very good.
I feel like I'm getting a really good feel of Denver now. I'd go as far as to say Colorado is now my favourite state. So the first department that will be coming out here will be customer support, and that's really useful for us actually because we want to have a 24/7 customer support, and the time zone here is different enough that when we've got shift in the UK and shift here, we can cover the whole 24 hours between probably 2 or 3 shifts. So that'll be a huge game changer for us, and it'll make a massive difference. I'm really glad as well that we're recording all this because then we can, it's obviously the stuff's going out publicly, but it's great that the 350 staff back in the UK will be able to see all this. So whilst we're here, because obviously we're still having to work this week whilst we're in Denver, we're using this sort of, it's almost like a WeWork style flexible working space, which is meant to be really cool. So we'll be working out of here and then the next couple of days running around Denver with the realtor to find our sort of permanent office. To be honest, we sort of sat down as a board and we look at where we want the business to go, and we essentially in Canada you've got Lululemon, who are sort of like the the key fitness driver there. In the US you've got Under Armour and Nike, so you've got a couple of big brands. In Germany you've got Puma and Adi. There's no one really in the UK, and we've sort of managed to really become that, exactly, and we want to go all the way. We want to be one of the biggest fitness wear brands in the world, and we feel that to do that we need to have a proper representation here in the US, especially with half our sales being here. So we want to do it properly rather than trying to do a poor job from the UK. We feel like we really need to invest properly in the US, and this is us doing that now. We made this decision 6 to 8 weeks ago. We said we were going to be in the US. We came out, we met Peter. We said we need someone to really manage the US for us. We made the decision and we're running with it. So agility is one of the main drivers of us being able to move so quickly. So we've had a cracking morning working from a place called the Control Collective, which is our essential, like a flexible working space that we're using for now whilst we build up our North American office over here in staff count until we've actually got our own office. Just in terms of the staff that we're going to be building here, we've got obviously Peter, who's the North American GM, who's going to be heading up everything that happens in North America for us here on the ground. The first 2 jobs that we're going to be looking for is head of customer support. So customer support, or at least a part of customer support, will be coming out here. And the other role that we're going to be having is someone from our people team to be headed up over here. We need those sort of foundational roles in place first. So if you are interested in either a more HR, people-based role or customer support, head of customer support, then let us know. For me, if you are in North America, this is the most exciting time to get involved because it is right at the inception and it is a really, really exciting time. So plan is tomorrow. So we've got to see a bunch of different places, a bunch of different offices, but we're splitting it into 3 different sort of areas. As far as I'm aware, the 3 different areas are quite distinctive and they're different in what they offer. So, you know, we need to decide what we're sort of thinking in terms of what sort of vibe do we want the office to have, what will offer us the most in terms of growth, what we think will be most beneficial in terms of attracting talent as well to the office. For me at the moment, I've got no sort of preference. I don't know enough about the areas to know, but I'm hoping to learn as much as we can tomorrow. I think this next 5 years will be make or break for us, but, you know, we want to leave a legacy, we want to do special things, and I would rather, you know, give it our all and crash and burn than sort of, you know, not give it our all and then not know. So we're currently in Broomfield, about half an hour outside of Denver city centre. The spaces are big here, it's different. Yeah, so we're just in the first office and now we're going into the second. Excited to see what this place looks like. This feels way bigger than the last one. We're currently at the 3rd place. This is by far the best that we've seen so far and we haven't even got inside yet. Maybe 5 years down the line we'll build something like this ourselves. This genuinely feels just like Gymshark HQ transported to Colorado. My thoughts were 1st and 2nd just didn't feel right. 3rd one was really nice. I felt like it was gorgeous, it was perfect. It was almost like Gymshark headquarters-esque. I think my worry at this point would be, is it too much too soon? And is it too far away from here for commuters?
In the end, none of these buildings really ticked every single box.
Definitely not.
But I think you're right. In a few years, you could be looking at something very similar.
I think this morning's given me more of an idea what our second office will be rather than what this first office will be. I think that modern one that we saw, that site number 3, was lovely, but too much too soon. What we got 6, 7, 8 offices to see in downtown Denver. Yeah, excited. First one we've seen. A good location, looks nice, good size. View in number 2, Republic Plaza. Just in the 2nd place, it's absolutely lovely. I think we've seen 5 so far. Yeah, so my favourite is definitely the tall one, and we've got 3 more to see now, and I definitely think that's the one to beat. I didn't expect that. It's got a bowling alley in the office. Yeah, this one's a no. Our last one, Denver Place. Really nice. It's really nice. It's up there. It's great. So just finished up the day looking at all the downtown Denver office locations. I think they definitely saved the best 2 till last. They were really great to see. And obviously we're still not 100% sure if it's going to be downtown Denver because we're looking at Denver Tech Center, I think it's called, tomorrow. I think we'll now sit down, we'll have a little bit of a recap, try and work out what everyone's favourites were. I've definitely got a top 2. But yeah, overall really successful day, really excited for tomorrow. And yeah, looking forward to another big day. So this is day 2 and we've seen our 3rd area here in Colorado. We're in a place called Denver Tech Center, which is I think half an hour, 40 minutes away from downtown. Yeah, really excited to see what offices are available in this part of Denver today. But this is big. Not only is it big, but I think it's expensive as well, so it might be a stretch too far. This is gorgeous, and from what I gather, this is probably the best that we're going to see in DTC or in this part of town. We've been f***ed over by being shown that last one, haven't we? I'm miserable now. Yeah, stick that on the video. So it feels like Broomfield's basically out the window at this point. It's either here or downtown, right? So this is our final viewing. I'm not gonna lie, we've seen a lot of offices the last 2 days. Looks like a very modern building. Hopefully this is gonna blow us away, but we'll see. I just think it's mental that we're opening up our first US office. You just told me we were gonna do this 5 years ago. I would have thought not a chance, but here we are. Really nice, very modern, very clean. The actual space itself, the building itself, is gorgeous. Definitely a contender for this area. I've got my favourite downtown, and I think that in terms of a building, the look and feel, the vibe, natural light, all that sort of stuff, this is dead on, absolutely dead on. I think this is my favourite in DTC, so we just need to understand whether or not people will want to work here, whether or not we can get the right people here, how livable this area is, all that sort of, I guess, all the hard facts now. We need to have a proper deep dive into those, but as a building, I think this is absolutely gorgeous, really impressed, beautiful. Finished, seen the last one, especially for DTC, we definitely saved the last one till last. It was gorgeous, modern, full of natural light, and it was very, very Gymshark. In many ways, it reminded me of our headquarters actually, so it would be a perfect little home away from home. We now just need to do the research into, is DTC the place we want to be? Do we want to be more downtown? I'm not sure at the moment, but we're going to go back now and do the research. But overall, a very successful trip. So we're back from the US, and that trip was just crazy. We must have seen 30 or 40 different offices, I think, and it was non-stop. It was like 12+ hour days each day, just going around all the different offices. Yeah, it was just surreal, to be honest, like walking around those offices knowing that one of them would eventually be ours, and we're planning to put in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus staff in over the next sort of 12, 18 months, and having that sort of clear plan and direction, just it feels so surreal. And we've been back and forth to the US a lot, right? And we've travelled a lot of the world building the brand and working as hard as we have, but being there and knowing that this is going to be our space, this is going to be our sort of North American headquarters, and this is where we, us and myself and our landing team, the first sort of US staff will, at its inception, be sort of huddled in that office, and we'll be building up the North American business from where it is today. Is sort of a crazy feeling. It's something that's really exciting to me. Like, I love where Gymshark is today. Like, it's such an incredible place, and I feel like I've got the best job in the world, but at its heart, I do love that whole entrepreneurial thing of just being sort of landed somewhere with limited resources, and you just go and you build and you work, and that's what I'm really excited to do in the US. So it's just a crazy feeling, and if you'd have said to me 5 years ago we'd have been doing this, I'd have said no chance, because our UK office was tiny at the time, and it was just a small sort of nucleus of individuals that were just grafting every day to make this as big as we possibly can, and such a great business. And I'm so proud to be able to sit here and say that that we are doing this, and we are sort of taking this huge leap of faith across the Atlantic to try and make something really special. We want to be one of the biggest brands in the world. We want to build the greatest fitness community in the world. We've got all these aspirations, and we have to be on the ground in the US to do that. Like, our UK HQ is strong. We've got a great staff base here. We've got a great group of individuals that are working tirelessly every single day to build this brand as brilliantly as they can. But we have to be on the ground in the US, and we're happy to take that risk, and we want to do everything we can to be up there with some of the biggest brands in the world. And I think it would be stupid of us not to take that risk, because I would much rather look back and think we took that risk and we didn't quite make it, than think that we didn't take that risk and regret that. So, huge leap of faith, huge step forward. North America is a very special place. So excited to spend more time out there, and so excited to get moving.